It's a regular Saturday afternoon. You're pushing a cart down aisle 9. Your little one's in the seat talking about cereal. Your spouse is grabbing some canned food. It's just another normal day until the sounds echo across the store. A scream, then another. People begin to scatter like ants. Someone crashes into display. Shoppers dive for cover. You freeze, heart pounding, eyes scanning. Your child's crying. Shots are being fired. Right here. Right now. This isn't a drill. This is happening to you. What do you do? Can you protect your family in the middle of chaos? Welcome Patriot Prepper, the channel where we turn chaos into clarity and prepare you for the worst so you can survive your best. If you have not did it yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Ring the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. Also, go ahead and share this video with loved ones. It might just save their life. Every week we break down real-world threats, survival tactics, gears you can trust, mindset training that could save your life when the unthinkable happens. This isn't fear-mongering. It's being ready when others freeze. And this is Shit Has Hit the Fan Friday, a weekly series where we dive into realistic crisis scenarios like home invasions, active shooters, natural disasters, and civil unrest. I'll walk you through what you need to know, what you need to carry, and how to protect yourself, your family when everything goes sideways. Because let's be honest, bad things don't wait for you to be ready. That's why we train now, we prepare now, and we stay ahead of the chaos. So buckle up, take notes, and ask yourself, what would you do when the shit hits the fan? Alright guys, welcome to Shit Has Hit the Fan Fridays. I'm Kelly. Today we're diving into one of the most terrifying, unpredictable SHTF scenarios you could ever face. Yep, that's right. An active shooter while shopping with your family. You are going to learn exactly what to do, when to do it, and why seconds can make the difference between survival and becoming a statistic. All right, so let's play this out in real time. So you're in public, high traffic space, say a grocery store, Walmart, Target, it doesn't matter. You're in a controlled, predictable environment until it isn't. Suddenly gunshots, not fireworks, not a drop pallet, gunfire. Your mind resisted at first. Did I really hear that? But then you hear the screams. Carts are rolling. Glass is breaking. Your world shifts instantly into survival mode. But here's the cold, hard truth. Most people freeze. Why? Because they never planned for this moment. They assumed they'd figure it out when the time came. That's how people die. Well, before we continue with this video, I'd like to give a special thanks for today's sponsor. So, Patriot Prepper is proudly sponsored by expiredbeans.com. Feeding preppers since 1997. Probably still good. Probably. Whether you're bunkered down or just forgot to rotate your pantry for the last decade, expiredbeans.com has the vintage nutrients that your digestive system was not ready for. Now with extra botulism and regret flavor. Use promo code GASKMASK, all capitalized, for 10% off your next stomachache and maybe a visit from the CDC. Because when the grid goes down, your toilet should be going to war too. So get yourself some expired beans and shit like you've never shit before. All right, guys, moving on. So In the first 5 seconds of an active shooter event, your brain will do one of these three things: deny, panic, or act with purpose. You want to be the one who acts, because in those first 5 to 10 seconds, lives are won or lost. So, just a pro tip. So, before you ever walk into any building, start your mental prep. Where's the exits? What's cover? What can be used for concealment? What would I do if something went down right now? These are the things you must be asking yourself and mentally going over each and every day. So, as far as active shooter, the first and best option is run, right? If you can escape, escape, especially if you're with your family, kids, spouse, elderly parents. Your priority isn't to engage the shooter, it's to get your loved ones out alive. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to run towards the main entrance, right? That's where most people will be stampeding, right? And it's where shooters may expect to trap victims, right? We want to use alternative exits, whether it be sack room doors, loading docks, maybe a fire exit, something like that. Also, you want to keep a physical grip on your kids. Don't grab them by the hands. They'll slip or could slip. Grab them by the belt loops. Grab them by the wrist. Hell, even lift them and carry them. They're that small. Move fast, low, and with a purpose. No yelling, no screaming. You need to move like a shadow, not a spotlight. So one of the first things I do before I go to inside any building is note the exits. You should be doing this too. Make it a muscle memory. Your first 10, 15 seconds in there, you should be able to see multiple exit points. That's what you're looking for. So if we can't run, right, or if the shooter is between maybe you and the exit, then it's time to hide. But not hide like a victim. I need you to hide like a predator. You're not hiding to avoid death. You're hiding to gain advantage. So some places where to hide. Hide behind hard cover. Think freezers, metal shelves with canned goods, concrete walls. You want to be outside of the shooter's line of sight, right? Think corners, maybe managers' offices, bathrooms with locks. You want to stay silent. Silence your phone, right? Control your breathing. Keep children calm with strong eye contact and a firm whisper to them. You know, you can tell them, hey, be quiet. I got you. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it out of here, right? But we have to be quiet. Position yourself for action. Don't just hide and curl up. We need to be setting up an ambush if needed. If they breach your hide space, you attack, not beg. Another tip, even inside a locked room, keep watching for the door. If they come in, you go all in. All right, so if we can't run and we can't hide, the next option is to fight. That's when there's no other option. If it's you, your family, and the shooter comes into your space, there's no more running. There's no more hiding. It's fight time. And you don't fight fair. You fight to win. Use what's around you. Fire extinguishers, hell, canned food, scissors, chairs, flashlight. Turn anything into a weapon. Go for eyes, throat, joints. Disrupt their ability to shoot, move, or see. And then if you're armed, which hopefully you are, and hopefully you're trained, because in chaos, you could hit a bystander. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. Y'all need to remember that. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. And then violence of action wins. If you attack them, commit fully. It's not a wrestling match. It's survival. Training is everything. Shooting at paper targets won't prepare you for the noise, the blood, and the chaos. Get into some scenario training. Do some dry runs at home. Learn to move, shoot, and communicate, and do it effectively. Some gear that saves lives, and pretty much what I carry on a daily basis everywhere. And I recommend you do the same. I carry a Glock 19. You can carry whatever you want. I carry a tourniquet, a flashlight, a folding knife, of course, my wallet and ID. I got cell phone, lighter. These are the items you should have with you on a daily basis. Some carry more, some carry less, but this is the minimal I would carry with me. And if you got kids, do some drills with them. Yes, even with your kids. If that sounds crazy to you, waiting to teach them during a gunfight even sounds crazier, don't it? So now we're going to talk about the aftermath, right? Staying alive after the danger. Say the gunfires end, sirens arrive, police start swarming the building. You're safe, right? Not quite. Keep your hands visible. Police are coming in on high alert and looking for suspects. You don't want to be running to them holding a weapon, right? Because it's hard for them to differentiate between good people and bad people at this moment. Get your family together. Make sure you check for injuries. Apply any type of first aid if you need to. Don't be talking to reporters. Go home, decompress, and document everything. Go over what worked, what didn't, and update your plan. In a survival situation, your mind is your most powerful weapon because guns jam, phones die, because help doesn't always come. But your brain, your ability to think, stay calm, and act fast under pressure is what is going to keep you alive and your family alive. Planning gives your brain a blueprint. It reduces panic. When you already imagined a crisis and walked it through mentally, your brain recognizes that moment when it comes. That's the power of mental rehearsal. You'll be faster, more decisive, and less likely to freeze. Mindset is the fuel behind that plan, right? It's the inner voice that says, I've got this. You need a survivor's mindset, not a victim's mindset, because victims wait for someone to save them, whereas survivors take action. Here's the cold, hard truth. Most people live in denial. They walk through life with blinders on, assuming someone else will step in when danger strikes. But in that moment, when that first shot is fired or that power grid goes down, no one's coming. It's up to you. Now let's talk about your number one survival skill. That's situational awareness. And no, it's not gear. It's not the training. It's the simple but powerful habit of paying attention. Situational awareness means knowing who's around you, what's normal for this place, what looks and feels off, where your exits and cover options are, and how quickly can you move your family from point A to point safe. You don't need to be paranoid. You just need to be aware. There's a huge difference. Start training yourself. When you enter a store, just pause, scan, locate your exits. Watch body language. Is anyone nervous, sweating, fidgeting, or wearing clothes maybe out of season, like maybe a heavy coat in July? Trust your gut. That feeling you feel in your stomach when something feels off, don't ignore it. And always ask, if something happens right now, where would I go? What would I do? And who do I need to protect? Okay, so this is kind of a game changer. If you want to stay ahead of danger, you need to learn how to think like the threat. That don't mean becoming evil. It means becoming smart, strategic, unpredictable. Ask yourself, if I was planning on robbing this place or shoot this place up, when would I strike? Where would I come in? Where would the people be most vulnerable at? What would make someone easy targets? Who looks distracted? Who looks like they'd fight back? By thinking like this, you identify your own weak points, harden your defenses, you make better plans, and you stay one step ahead. It's not about fear, it's about flipping the script. Don't just react to evil, outsmart it before it ever even happens. So, in summary, planning builds a mental map so you don't freeze when those seconds count. Your mindset determines whether you're going to be a survivor or a statistic. Situational awareness. It gives you the early warning before the chaos breaks loose. And thinking like a criminal gives you an edge that they won't expect you to be ready. This is what prepping is really about. It's not just about beans and bullets, but brain power. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. Because in an SHTF scenario, the best plan is the one you made before the storm hit. You didn't ask for this, but it came for you anyway. That's the brutal truth about evil. It doesn't care about your plans, your weekend, your kids. It comes fast, without warning. The question is, when it does, will you be ready? Please like, share, and subscribe if you want any more real-world prepping and survival content, because I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm here to keep you prepared. Drop a comment below. What would you do if shots rang out right now where you are? And remember, those who prepare today survive tomorrow. Stay ready, stay dangerous. Patriot Prepper out. They call me a